when the Lord Jesus was bound behind, take it to the house of Caiaphas, the high priest. At this time, Peter has denied the Lord for the first time. And then what happened? The Lord Jesus was interrogated by Caiaphas about many things. Let's read it that night. It might be 12 in the morning. Maybe it's early morning. At this time, there is Caiaphas and the high priests who were with him. There are many others begin to interrogate the Lord. Let's read about the Lord Christ in the house of Caiaphas. What is the process referred to? Then the high priest interrogated, asked Jesus about his disciples and his teachings. Jesus said to the high priest, I have always spoken openly to the world. I am often in synagogues and temples. It is to teach in the place where all the Jews gather. Secretly, I didn't do anything. Didn't say anything. Why are you asking me? Ask those who have heard me speak. They know what I said. Jesus said these words. One of the officers standing nearby slapped Jesus. Say you dare to answer the high priest like this? Jesus said to him, if I am wrong, you can correct me where I went wrong. If I'm right, why did you hit me? When Annas led Jesus into the house of Caiaphas, Jesus is still tied up. That is to say, when Caiaphas interrogated the Lord was still tied up for interrogation. It is necessary to question the Lord about his disciples, or Lord's teaching, all the words that the Lord has spoken, but he wanted to find evidence from the Lord's words, trying to frame the Lord Christ. But at this very moment, what about the differences in Caiaphas? He slapped the Lord Jesus in the face. Then remember that the Lord Jesus was in the house of Caiaphas. Just by this, by the humble, give your suffering to the Lord. So here we go. Then came the second time that the Lord denied it. Peter denied the Lord for the second time. Simon Peter was still standing by to keep warm by the fire. Someone said to him, aren't you also his disciple? Peter denied it. Say, I'm not. There was a servant of the high priest. The relative of the man whose ear Peter cut off said, I saw you in the yard with him. Peter denied it again. Immediately the chicken crowed. At this time, the chicken has already crowed 3 times. Arg! The chicken has already crowed. And the crowing was probably around 3 o'clock in the morning. The chicken is crowing at this moment in time. It's 3 o'clock in the morning. The human body is the weakest. And at that time, it's probably spring, early spring. What about spring? The beginning of spring. Not long after the vernal equinox. And then at that time, the weather is still relatively cold, especially in the middle of the night. And what about the Lord Christ? It's the Middle East again. They were suffering in Jerusalem. What about that time? It's relatively cold. And what about the body at that time? It is also the weakest. Just at this time, Peter has already denied the Lord 3 times. At this time, my God, it's going to dawn soon. What about after dawn? What do they plan to do about it? Let's read the row. At this time, it's already dawn. It's the second day by dawn in the morning. The Jews took Jesus from Caiaphas to the governor's palace. They themselves did not enter the official residence, the governor's residence, for they are afraid of being contaminated with filth. You can't eat the feast of the Moon Night Festival. Then they took the old babes to the governor's palace. What's the reason? They just want to kill the Lord Christ at this time. The Lord Christ is at night. One night in Caiaphas' house. It seems that it is bound again. It is estimated that he cannot sit down, may not be able to sit on a stool all night, standing, and then bound up. And what? And talent slap him, and there may be a lot of people around him talking about it. Say many, many words against the Lord Christ. Interrogate him. Say a lot of things to slander him. And what about his beloved disciple Peter? He also denied the Lord 3 times. At this time, the Lord also remembered that he had just been betrayed. One of his disciples betrayed him for the Lord. All kinds of pressure filled him. He also understood that he suffered great suffering that very day. He sacrificed his life again. It seems that for the Lord, the pressure on him that night was tremendous. The Lord Christ was under great pressure just for his future beloved children, so that we could meet his face in the future. They can become his children in the future. Also, become a father for the sake of their children. Glory to the Lord of the Father. Amen.